We will now look at the modeling of the cursor bracket using Mastercam. The bracket, if you examine it, you can take it as three different parts joined together. One of them is this main piece, and then you can have this as something add on from the bottom side. You also can add on this vertical wall as well. So this is, of course, there are different ways of building this up. You can start from this base and then build up the body, whichever way. Okay, so we will take this as our first element, and then that will be our second add-on body. This will be the final one. Now let us get started. When you first launch your Mastercam, let me put it over here. When you first launch your Mastercam, you are already in this XY coordinate system, and for the modeling of rectangular components, you need to observe this Z. This Z is where you are drawing. Z0 meaning to say I'm drawing on this plane. If this is Z10, I'm drawing on the plane which is 10 mm above the screen. On the other hand, if I'm having Z minus 20, I'm drawing on a plane which is 20 mm below the screen level. Okay, so let us get started with the zero plane that is actually on the screen over here. Now, if you look at that of the model, this model, you are having the shape which is symmetrical to the left hand side and right hand side. So they are symmetrical. So in that case, I may want to get this to be drawn at the center axis over here. Okay, so get it started. When you first carry out the sketching, this is the wireframe color. Okay, I'm happy with this, so I can start drawing. We begin with a 9 wireframe, 9. So this 9, I will say it is going to be a vertical 9. So from here, origin, it goes up. That will represent our central plane over here. This plane. This is the plane. Okay, I'm having a base. The base is of 82 mm. We will get the base at the origin over here. So in that case, I will say I draw a horizontal line. Now I just draw a horizontal line over here, but I want this to be at 0. So what I do over here is that I can type 0. It will be here. And of course I have this 10 mm. I have this 10 mm. So I can draw another line. I can draw another line over here, which is 10 mm on top to represent the thickness over here. And then I'm having 58 mm. Continue with this, get another line, 58 mm. So this intersection point is actually where I'm having the circle. Okay, now this is done. Next thing is I would like to do the circle. I now go and find out how big is this circle on the hole over here. It is 22.03. So over here, I'll say I want to draw a circle. Where is the center? Center is here. This is the diameter. Okay, I can put in the diameter, 22.03. Alright, so that will be our center hole. And of course over here I'm having another one which is radius 19. So what I can do is that, of course I can draw a circle, but I know that this is not going to be a full circle, so instead I can have it using the command of circle, okay, circle endpoints. Okay, so for example over here I can select endpoint. So where is the first point, where is the second point, and how much is the radius. So it works in this way. Now, how about other alternative? Actually I know the center. So in other words, over here, I may choose this arc polar. First, I will specify the radius. Radius is 19. And then where is the center? This is the center. It will snap to the center of the existing circle. Then now it is asking you, what will be the starting angle? So I say maybe it starts somewhere here and then it goes to this side. So I do not need to have a full circle. I know there is somewhere start, somewhere end here. And now we will look at the width, which is 82 mm. 82 mm, I can make use of this parallel. I will say this is a line parallel to this side. The value is 82 divided by 2. Enter. So this is over here. And also now select another line. I select this one again, but now I place it over there. What is the value? Value is the same, 41. So I do not need to key in. I can select my previous input. Confirm. So now we are almost done. We need to trim off the unnecessary lines. So we have learned the using of the divide command, a very useful command. For example, over here I say I just remove this portion, remove that portion, and over here I will remove here, remove this. I can also remove that. This is okay. This line is basically for us to construct the height 10 mm. I can click over here, delete. I don't need it. But I would like to have a line passing through this point, tangent to this arc. We are to draw a line passing through this point to the arc. Okay, so we look at here our line command. We notice that we are having horizontal, vertical. This is freeform, but in particular I like it to be tangent. I like this to be tangent. And now following the command over here saying that what is the end point. This is the end point. second endpoint. So over here I'm having the arc. Okay, over here you see that we will get the line to be tangent to this element. The line will not be simply connected to that endpoint. So that is the advantage over here. Now I am happy with this, and the next thing that we like to do is that I will apply. This small tick is that you apply, but the command is still exists. If you click OK, your input will be fixed. However, this command will also be completed. So you move out from here. But now I would like to do some more. Over here I say this is a point and this is the arc. So you can see that now on one end, because when I did the arc at the time, I did it slightly longer. So there is success. On the right hand side, I did the arc shorter. So in that case it is trying to tangent. However, because this arc is too short, the tangent point is actually over here. Okay, we could fix the problem using the trim command. So trim command, remember we did trim to entity. So I like this together with that. The excess will be gone. This together with that, not long enough, the arc will get extended. Okay, so now we have completed the space. I will delete off these two lines. I do not need them anymore. Okay, so now if I go to isometric view, this is what I did. I did it on the Z0 plane over here. Now I will extrude this to become our first solid element. The thickness over here, you can see that this is having the value 10 mm. Okay, and come back here, I say levels. I like to put level 5, for example, which represent my solid. Okay, do a right click. This will be the color of our solid. If you are not happy with this, of course you can make changes. Okay, escape from here. You just press the escape key will do. Now I will do the solid extrude element. So I will select this element and also that. Confirm. Now this gives you a preview of the extrusion. Extrude upwards. Of course, you can choose to get it to go to the opposite side. Okay, so over here, reverse the extrude direction. Now you can always toggle this. And what is the distance? Distance should be 10 mm. Okay, I will say alright, I will accept this and then I will exit from this command. Now from this top level, if I go to the front view, you can see that from this Z level I have extruded down 10 mm. I'll go back to the top view over here. Next, what we would like to do is that we will add on number 2, which is a boss over here. So it is up to you. You can add the boss on this side, add the boss on the opposite side, because the part is symmetrical. Right, so for simplicity, I will add this up over here. I will orientate back to the top view. So what I will like to do is I will add on the boss, and I go back to level 1. Level 1 is the active level now, which is the wireframe. If you like, you can also turn off that of the solid model. Now for this level 1, I'm going to add on. Of course, I can choose to have it to be having the same color, level 1. But I can also choose to say, now I want level 1, but I like different color. Right, for example, over here, I would like to choose another color. So the same way, you wireframe, you draw a circle, you come here, you will snap to the center, you go to the edge. You can go to the edge over here. But it will snap to the endpoint. So having this snap to the endpoint, we will be able to get the radius 19 mm to be captured right away. Okay, so I am happy with this. Now you see that I have the base of the boss. Let us go to the solid. I will now make level 5 to be active. Go with the solid command. So again, you go for extrusion. Extrusion, you have to select the chain. Okay, this is the first chain, and this is the second chain. Second chain and the first chain, you could see the arrow just now, they are pointing a different direction. So you could go here to do the reverse, so that they are all pointing in the same direction. You say OK. It will give you the preview as well as the direction. Right now, the direction is it is going to extrude downwards. But of course, I like the boss to go up, so I can reverse. Now this becomes a boss. But the boss is not of the height of 10 mm. It is only of the value of the mean value of this amount, which is 1.99. So I will update this to 1.99. And take note that there is an option also over here. Are we going to create a body? Are we going to cut? Are we going to add boss? Now if you accept create body, actually we will be having two separate body. The main body, and this is another solid. We are having two solids. But of course I do not want to have that. I like to make them fuse together. So I will say add on to the boss and confirm. So now if I turn off the 9 element, this is becoming one single piece of solid. Okay, and of course you can do a file saving, file save as, and then I will say over here I would like to save as. As for your case, of course you find out where you would like to save it. I will save as unit 2, and then I say this is Q5. For your case, you decide how to name this. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do is that if you follow that of the model, you will have to add on body number 3. Body number 3, the measurements. Basically, you have these measurements over here. 38 measure from the base. Okay, I will switch back to level 1. Level 1 is our 2D chain. But this time, what I would like to do is that I would like to draw from this side. And what is this side? This is a top view. So I would like to draw from the bottom view. Switch this to the bottom plane. Bottom. You set this to be the view that you like to have. And then you click on the view direction G view also. That means I'm going to look from this bottom view. Now if you look at here, you could see that we have already got this orientated. Because we have set this as a bottom, so the bottom will become the direction that we look from the so-called the top. The top view look from the bottom is like this. And if you look at that of the Z direction, I am still having Z0. So this means that if I'm going to draw a line, the line will be on the 0 plane. Now let us do a small experiment over here. Level. I'm having level 1, but I would like to draw this with another color. For example, I like to have it color selected. Simply draw a line. Wireframe, if I just draw a line and say the end point over here, draw a line. Now you look at it. The line is being drawn at 0 plane because this is 0. But of course, the